So that time again. Yeah, anyway, took me a long time to do that stupid thing, the M files. Because I knew what I wanted to do, and it turned out to be extremely difficult to do that. And I had to download 2 different fonts for Windows, obviously. Then I had to manually create the backdrop. You know what I'm talking about, the white and black and that business. As well as, you know, type up the characters, and then I had to edit the really low quality fonts. And then because it's obviously meze, which is a Mediterranean thing, we had to have sort of Mediterranean music, but not obviously Greek wedding music or anything like that. So that took a bit of time, and then when I thought, I know what, so I settled on something, and it turned out to be quite difficult to find it in the movie soundtrack. So I had to find it separately after googling the name. And this is ignoring the fact that I got like, 20% into it without saving, and then Windows just went and shit all over the so-called protected RAM of the application. So anyone who tells you Kickstart 1 point whatever was shit because it didn't have protected RAM and it crashed all the time, they're a fucking idiot. This is the second time this has happened. Usually I keep saving while I'm working, which actually kind of fucks you, because then if it crashes and you wanted to undo something, you've overwritten the last bit. Anyway, it all got done, and the icing on the cake was the crackling effect. I knew that was an Orbital track from an Orbital album, so I just had to find out which one, and it wasn't the one I thought of, but it was on the same album as the one I thought it was. So then we had to do all that, all the MP4, MP3 conversion to PNG, blah blah blah, do everything as a separate layer. All that for like 7 or 8 seconds? I'll go to way too much effort. Now luckily the very sweet little colour cycling retrotronics thing in the bottom, that's cool, but I already made 4 projects for the M file, and if you get up to the 3rd one, you'll know what the M stands for anyway, even though it's right there in front of you in your face. But I mentioned red LED, that's why we're here now. Computer's off, projector is off, there we go, red LED. If I gave it enough of a shit, I might actually go to the toilet actually, because that's where that issue of Sinclair User is. I haven't finished reading it yet, and my morning ablutions, as Jeremy Clarkson calls them, is not as coarse as you think. They were relatively fuss free. They were completely fuss free actually, so I only managed to flick through about 2 or 3 pages. I think that's enough information about that anyway. So anyway, Sinclair User, didn't really like it. Now Sinclair User is kind of like, they're trying to be like Amiga Power, if you know what I mean by that, the way Amiga Power reviewed their games on the Amiga. They did have a harshness to them, but they didn't know what they were fucking talking about most of the time, just like Amiga Power. And the same reason why I stopped buying Zap in 1986. So what's going on here then? What's all this noise you're making, mate? I might have bumped into him in the PCW show. Doesn't say what year this is. I think it's 1987 though. But I'm not sure on the C64. The Sinclair user issue was, I believe, December or November 1987. Okay, what's on the next screen? Oh, just fuck off. Is there any trainer options or not, mate? Right, you can stare at this screen and Puika will come and possess you. Yes, I'm still watching Britannia. And it's a bit weird if you binge watch 3 seasons of Britannia, because the saviour of the Celts is she's quite young in the first season, but she's going through puberty, obviously. So by the second season, she looks quite different, and that's kind of weird because in the TV show, oh actually no, they get round that because I think they say at the start of season 2, 2 years later, 2 minutes later. So I suppose that does make sense. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they had to do it, but I wonder how much I changed going from that age to 3 years older than that. I'll tell you something, for my 15th birthday, because my mum got fed up with me not shaving, I got a bloody, it was either a Braun or a Philips Philly shave, electric shaver. That was my birthday present. What did you get when you was 15? Fucking the advanced music system, a couple of NES cartridges, blah blah blah. No. As far as my parents were concerned, after the age of about 13, games were childish, they were toys, and they discouraged me from them. They didn't do a very good job though, obviously. So, there was no games for Christmas or anything, so I just used to say, well, give me money then. I don't want this, that or the other. I only want money. If you're not prepared to buy me games, surprise games, you know what, I'm not going to complain about that. There weren't many kids my age who had the C64 at all, so I'm grateful for that. I wanted an Atari 800, I got a VIC-20, that was a fucking disaster for me and my cousin, although I didn't tell him to buy a VIC-20, that's his problem. I just said I am getting a VIC-20 because, I didn't think much of the sound abilities of the, I think the 16K Spectrum was possibly the only other computer I could have bought that's well known. The Atari 400, I think in 16K spec, that was more than the VIC-20. And their tape decks and disk drives are just as expensive as a C64 one, so there was no advantage there. So yeah, but luckily, VIC-20 went, Dad went, I went, birthday, and when they didn't have any to replace with a new one, and obviously my dad wasn't going to take any crap about sending it back to Commodore. This was a well-known high street, electrical store kind of brand. It wasn't like some shitty little one-man band shop where they could fob you off with any old shit excuse. No, mate. So it was like, well, I tell you what, if you buy the C64 from us, which I believe was dropped not that long before to either 299 or 279.99, We'll let you keep the tape deck because this is just going back to Commodore as a faulty goods that didn't last the year's warranty, and we'll get a full refund on it anyway on our stocking price. So yeah, so that's how I got my C64. So it's quite a journey really. I wanted an Atari 800, and then I was like, I had to lower my standards to Atari 400 because obviously when you're a little kid, although I had, I don't know actually. Anyway, you don't really have a sense of like what money means. So my dad just said, no, Atari 800 is too expensive. You can't have the same computer as your friends from school. I played the 16KZX Spectrum at school as well, at computer club. So I'd rather not have a computer if ZX81 was my only option because I already had a VCS. Remember, I already had a VCS, that's the important part there. You know, ZX81, it is what it is, mate. If that's all you can afford, that's fine. But if you've already got a VCS and you have some way of like getting second-hand games, like maybe from the local newspaper or something, I don't know where you find them. You won't find them in a bloody car boot sale. You know, I think you're good to go there. Man, my Coca-Cola's getting too cold. I wish. It's been quite hot today. So yeah, we started with Atari 800, lowered our sights to Atari 400. Then I was told, no, that's still too expensive, and there weren't many computers where, you know, the whole lot had to cost 200 quid. So that includes anything you're going to have with it. So any kind of tape deck or whatever. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the TV was like 80 quid or something. And to be honest, I was just happy that I was getting this colour portable TV of any description because I've been using my Atari VCS for 2 years. Very infrequently on the colour portable TV in my mum's room. She didn't like me playing Atari in her room. Or on the black and white TV I had in my room, which was a hand-me-down from my sister. So, again, I've never been able to find a picture of the black and white TV I had. I'm really starting to lose my memories of what the controls look like on that. But it was literally just a tuning dial, on-off switch with a volume control, I think. There were no channel buttons at all. You know, what have I done with my bloody CRT glasses? So yes. Now I never had this game, must admit. I did know about this game, but I never had it actually. I think I might have played this, but anyway, so get on with the show. What fucking show? It's just you and your shit camera in front of the CRT. So an absolutely shit crack. This is obviously from a Game Boy 64, and all the games for this software company. So, you know, press 5 to teleport to select a droid. I didn't select fuck all there, mate. Well, luckily you can just keep going straight on this line. Am I supposed to be able to go like that all the time? Now, man, see, again, game base. Not only is this on a T64 shitty tape format, but they've put a version with no fucking trainer options on there at all. What the fuck are they doing on Game Base 64? I'll tell you another thing. That fucking, that game, I forget what it's called now. Turbo Tortoise is Codemasters. Because I found a fucking game for sale on eBay. Oh, bloody hell. So I bloody wanted to play this game and select a droid. Let's do the blue one then. Nah. So what am I supposed to do here then? How do I get there then? Does that mean I can go on? Yes, I'm Jesus now. I can walk on water. Oh, bloody hell. I'll pick that up. So yeah. So there's no trainer options at all. So this is absolutely another fucking cock up by the Game Base 64 crew. You know what? I wouldn't even recommend Game Base 64 to anyone. Go on Lemon 64 because you don't have to put up with a billion fucking Boulder Dash clones in your searches. Well, they don't seem to do anything. Do I just collect all the things on each level? Is that what the thing is? So we can't really enjoy this game at all because I've said it before and I'll say it again. The early Atari games had a kids feature, which is kind of like, you know, a much easier version of the same game, just to get your bearings. Let's try the yellow level. Let's select that one. What the hell happened there? So the graphics are actually alright on this. Game engine's alright. Is it meant to make that background noise? So it's a shoot 'em up fused with Marble Madness pretty much. Which I've got no clue how to play. And have we got unlimited lives here? So how do we do the smart bombing? Shift, Commodore key, the other shift key, control. Well, I pressed F1, right, okay. There we go. So I've got no idea how many lives I've got. Is it a time-based thing? My roll-up's gone out. It's all going on here today, mate. I can't recommend this as a breakfast game, let alone a fucking breakfast litter tray game. So the only reason I'm turning the computer off now is because Game Base really fucked up on that one. There must be like many cracks of that game with trainers. There's no reason to download a game where you have to put up with their pathetic intros. Their job is to shut the fuck up, get it loaded as quick as possible, so no fucking intros, and have a trainer option in fucking Petsky fucking characters. That's it. That is their job, and they can't even manage that. Fucking crackers. So I downloaded all the games they'd done. I think there might have been one that I didn't download, but I think Zone Z is an 8-way scrolling shoot 'em up like Time Pilot 84. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know actually. What is the best? Planet Emu. They have a very old version of the archive, so there's much newer stuff on Game Base 64. You have to be wary to avoid the nostalgia cracks, which rarely work on a real C64 with SD to IC. And remember, technically, the only game that cannot run from an SD to IC for technical reasons is Little Computer People, because it does actually use something on the 1541 motherboard. That game won't load on the various third-party disk drives that were for sale, usually from Daytel Electronics or Ethium Micros, often bundled with a disk load accelerator cartridge or ROM. One was called the Accelerator 2000, and I can't remember what the other one was called. Yeah, that is the only. Anything else is just a lame crack by them. Yes, but at least if they give you useful trainers, it's worth putting up with it. If there's no trainer options, and some cocksucker bitching about how 3 of his tapes got wiped and 3 of his illegal discs got wiped, I couldn't give a shit, mate. I couldn't give a shit if he fucking died on the way to the PCW show. I have no recollection of a company called Starlight Software. That's the thing, really. Okay, it is an 8-way scrolling, but it is a shoot 'em up, so I've got that right. Let me guess, another 4-colour spectacular. Fuck off. This is not a budget game, so there's no excuse for this. And it's not going at lightning speeds like Alley Cat at maximum speed, so there's no reason for this. And the sprites are not in the border. You do get power-ups, but the backgrounds are very boring, and they shouldn't be. Didn't I have unlimited energy or something? So what's that bar there for? I'll just fuck off, mate. I've played this actually. Or is it just this mothership reminds me of another game? Bloody roll-up's burning me finger. But if I did play this particular game, it wasn't this crack, which would be a bit weird, because I would have got it from Game Base first. I wouldn't have bothered to re-download this game with better training options. I do remember this business with these little dots. You have to do all of them. I think I did do it. Yeah, I think I played this as part of my vertical scrolling shmup business. So I can't fire anything at the moment. Is this some sort of bonus level? So all of a sudden we got this rotating laser around us, like a laser barrier. Well, I presume it's a laser. Could be custard for all I know. Yeah, that was some sort of bonus level. So I'm not going to play this anymore because I think I've played it before on camera, and it's very monochromatic. It looks like Gauntlet for the Atari 800, or is it 800 XL? Can't remember. I think it's for the 800 XL, because people were saying, oh, it would have been nice if you done it for the 800. We could have used the 4 joystick ports, blah blah blah. Funny what you remember from the old forum days, isn't it? But you can't have 64K and 4 joystick ports on the Atari. It just wouldn't work for technical reasons. Well, Dogfight and Deathscape didn't look particularly amazing, so that leaves Hybrid and Greyfell, yeah. Let's go with Hybrid first. I think they did 7 games, and for some reason I didn't download one. Was it a strategy game? Was it an adventure game? Who knows? I don't know why I bothered to switch the projector off now. Red LED is a utterly shit crack. Only a knob would put that on their website. And yeah, just done the other one before. I just get that feeling. I don't know, man. I just get that feeling sometimes. Yeah, I'm not going to stick that clip in from Office Space. What about a joystick? Xylon. Is that like a Cylon? Okay, it's a bit weird. Yeah, that's not very good the way they're drawing them graphics. So, not very good coding there. Is it moving exactly 8 characters? No. So it's not a character scroll, so that's not the reason. Not very good. I've heard better sound effects on the VCS, to be honest. Is that now off? We stopped flashing. Yeah, it stopped firing at me, so very weird game. It is the BBC Micro mode. So there is that. So if we've picked up something, so I presume that's fuel. Can I destroy that thing like the Gauntlet generators? You know, the monster generators. What is that there then? Is that going to stop me? So we have to go this way round, I guess. He looks like a Futurama Bender with that first boxing game for the VCS. I think it was just called Boxing. Yeah, what's that up there? That looks interesting. Well, something's happened. Ooh. So I only take 1 hit. I think there was something called stickle bricks. That's kind of what this reminds me of. The backgrounds, definitely. Seem to remember them. I'll have to look them up on Google. Oh, bloody hell. Come on, it's a bit much, isn't it? So, oh, we've got sideways scrolling now. This is unusual, actually. It's a bit of rubbish shoot 'em up, bit of rubbish Gauntlet. No wonder I don't remember this company. Yeah, bloody hell. Is that thing firing? What is that thing doing? Can you only get that thing if you get the shots in the right place? So what am I doing now? Brain. Makes no sense at all. Ah, that's just great. It's working. So do you have to get all 3 bits separately up there or something? Is that what's going on? Bit like, was it called Die X on Starfleet? Starfleet is definitely the absolute best, you know, puppet sci-fi kids show. Absolutely the best. You know, I'm not going to say it wouldn't have been better, like as you know, an anime cartoon, if it was done really well. You know, filmation levels of quality for the late 70s. I suppose He-Man and Thundercats weren't that bad either, the animation, even though they were like later on. There was some improvement, I think. Yeah. See, I can't seem to turn that one off. Yeah, that one doesn't seem to want to turn off. Now, dock. No, that's a bit weird. So, it's an interesting game. It's a bit rough around the edges. So, for 1987 or whatever, that's not great. Whatever that is flashing there, I can't pick that up. I have to shoot it. So I don't really know what you're supposed to do. It's interesting though. So I've got to come back to that and red LED. So I'll probably see if I can find a manual for both. Good luck with that one, Mad Commodore. Yeah, damn right, mate. I need more than good luck there. I need luck of the millennials, innit? Fuck's sake. Yeah, joystick pull 2, always have to check. Let's try Greyfell. I think it looked rubbish, but I don't know, just looked less minimalistic than Deathscape. And what was the other one? Dogfight. Dogfight kind of reminded me of Air Warrior, with a tiny postage stamp size screen, ×2 for both players. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. Yeah, so Red LED is the only game that I have any memory. You know, if you said to me, was there a game called Red LED back then, I would have said yes. You know, if it was a multiple choice question, yes, no, I'd say yeah. Because I do remember the name. I never bought it, never played it. So, and that's probably their most famous game. So it's unusual. I suppose red LED, if I know what I'm doing, and that's just different. Oh no, it's an isometric game, isn't it? That's what I didn't like about it. That's like the sprite from Night Law, software sprite, obviously. Bloody hell. Alright, so there's no obvious exits. Yes, like that. Night Lord Underworld sprite for their werewolf, crossed with a kind of teddy bear. I've got a story about teddy bears, mate. I wanted the all-terrain armoured transport toy, and when I was a kid, and I got a big teddy bear. I was like, what the fudge? I wasn't even old enough to say things like that, mate. So this is quite slow. Although the 3D does work properly. The music is absolutely disgusting. It's not much better than the music on a fucking tabletop battery operated electronic game, if I'm honest. And I'm always honest. That's what people don't like about my review. No. I'll fucking change direction on the joystick, mate. Piss off. Yeah, so it's really badly coded. There is actually a full colour isometric arcade puzzle 'em up with no slowdown at all, so it runs a hell of a lot faster. What is going on? I'll just go around then. Why can't I go out there then? Is that the edge of the map now? Yes, it is. Oh, bloody hell. So that's the edge of the map anyway. Great, you can get stuck. And because it's a flip screen piece of shit. Why is it fucking... Is there gravity or something on that tree? Look, I'm pushing that way. So the controls are ignoring my actual controller input. Great. What a horrible fucking tune. This is like the music you get in shit like Jungle Story. And that was fucking a quarter of a decade earlier. At least. And it was fucking 5 times cheaper, mate. No wonder no one remembers Starlight Software. It's just another Me Too bunch of arseholes trying to cash in on the fucking home computer boom. Who would want to play this piece of shit? This is absolute cock. Right, you know what's happening now? It's the last 2 games, and I don't think we need to worry too much about the camera hitting the 1 hour limit. Unless it takes 22 minutes to load the next 2 games in total. Bit more not very cold Coca-Cola Zero. So unfortunately Aslan has to be the one to sleep in the breakfast room tonight. But Chucky seems to have spent the most time in here. Mind you, Aslan did want to actually leave the room. However, once a shift change occurs, until the other one wants to go out again, you're shit out of luck, mate. Soul tie, shit out of luck tie in a 2004 BSG reboot. I wonder when if there is actually a trailer, or when there will be one for the new BSG. I don't think they're anywhere near to that sort of stage yet. I think the guy who was doing Mr. Robot, Sam Esmail, I think he was he was at the helm of that, so that'll be quite interesting what he does with it. I still prefer the 1978 version. So it's not pilot controls, it is literally you move the joystick where you want those crosshairs to go. Yeah, you know what, it might be alright if these things weren't so jittery. They got the Mega Drive Thunderblade conversion ITUS with them. They've got the wobbling like a jelly business, although these ones ain't so bad. So this is what Super Stardust would be like on the C64. It was programmed by someone with not that much talent. Up and down, innit? Up and down. I'm really hoping that this is not the entire game. But I am beginning to suspect it is, because Starlight Software were not very good. At least Thalamus had a couple of games worth buying. And the only problem with Sanction is it's rock hard. It's not actually a bad game. There is a difference. For a game to be bad, it has to be worse than just, oh, it's too difficult for mere mortals. Only for people like Julian Rignall and Gary Penn. Yeah, well that's different. You just practice more, mate, and accept your failures. Yeah, so that's why Shadow of the Beast can never be considered a bad game. It's a great Rastan Saga knockoff, and it's as hard as Rastan Saga. What more do you want, mate? If you don't like it, go and fucking get a deluxe Scrabble for 28 quid. Which is what that prick in Amiga format fucking told you to do. What a knob. I've got to take out the side bits. What's going on? Energy low. My will to fucking keep playing this game is low as well, mate. It's just not, it's not visually exciting enough. Why bother with all those, you know, dotted boxes? Why? Why not make them solid? Because it wouldn't actually be any slower and it would look better. It looks stupid like this. So what, we overheated the lasers, have we? So I ain't got enough energy to fucking fire anything. Well, nothing I can do now. It is. I don't like games where the laser temperature overheats. Stop buying cheap knockoff Chinese bootleg lasers and get the real ones, mate. Where's this shit? How long does it take for the stupid lasers to recover? This is bollocks, mate. It's not this bad on Elite, and the frame rate might be a bit better than Elite, but it's not a better game. Okay, well, leave the worst till last. Let's see if this is going to be the worst one. That's what I think is going to be, mate. Bit more Coca-Cola Zero. Yeah, I've only had a sandwich today. Wasn't even a great sandwich, let alone a baguette. Trying to think what else I can make to eat now. The The handle is already knackered on the 2-month-old saucepan I got. Well, the lid for it. Which is quite important when you're making popcorn. A, to have a lid on there, and B, to be able to take the lid off the small saucepan without burning the fuck out your hands. Another millennial failure. I've actually got my television here sitting on top of the CDTV, and it's like 80% the size of a CDTV. The wood on it is very dark. That's like deep chestnut. Another 1980. Well, maybe they only lasted for 1987 and then they went bust. Yes. Ooh, Pilot. So, how do I know which is the one player? I'll put it in joystick port 1 just to be on the safe side. Okay, doesn't matter. The frame rate is so slow I don't know who I'm controlling. Okay, maybe player 1 is joystick port 2 specifically. That'd be a bit weird, but it is actually. Okay, the frame rate is about the same as Elite on the C64 when you're in the thick of the action. I.e. it's shit. I mean, if you can't write faster frame rate routine even though you're only... And why is it updating the other screen when it's one player only? That's just halving my fucking frame rate. Yeah, this is one fucking clueless numbnut software house, I have to say. Well, this is probably better than Top Gun by Ocean. Another classic example of Ocean being a bunch of wankers. I've seen enough Houston 4-colour games, so Houston can fuck off as well. So. And the stuff in the distance moves in such jerky movements. I mean, it shouldn't draw the other side. Just one view would be enough, mate. Well, the music is interesting. I wouldn't download the zip file for it. Well, I can't see anything else to shoot. Is that getting further away or what? Can't I go any fucking faster or nothing? Well, that thing is not getting closer to me in any way on the radar, the dots there. That's fucking Starlight software done and dusted now.